ബ്രഹ്മാർപ്പണം ബ്രഹ്മഹവിർ ബ്രഹ്മാഗ്നൗ ബ്രഹ്മണാഹുതം ബ്രഹ്മൈവ തേന ഗന്ധവ്യം ബ്രഹ്മകർമ്മ സമാധിനഃ. ദൈവമേ, ഞങ്ങൾ നിൻ പാദം കൈവണങ്ങുന്നു നിത്യവും. കേവലം നീ ശുഭം ചേർക്ക പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും. അറിയുന്നില്ലഹോ ഞങ്ങൾ അജ്ഞന്മാരാകയാൽ വിഭോ. ദൈവമേ, നന്മ ചേർക്കേണം പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും. പുണ്യപാപങ്ങളെ എണ്ണി ജന്മദുഃഖാദിയെണ്ണിയെ സന്തതം രക്ഷ ചെയ്യണം പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും.
സുഖദുഃഖത്തിനു My pranams to all those who are assembled here today. Let me first of all introduce myself as Vijay Mohan, representing Kent Hind Samajam, and I have been conferred the responsibility of giving a eulogy speech for Mr. Anujkumar Kuttikot Pavitran. All of us are profoundly sad that our Anujkumar has left us and commenced his journey to the heavenly abode. As per our belief, death is only a transmigration of soul. In the same way, we change our garments and wear a new one. The soul gives up the garments of this life and then acquire a new one for the next life. Our birth is guided by our actions, and the cycle of birth and death will cease when the soul attains the bliss of by merging with the Brahman, the Paramatma, or the Supreme Soul. We have no doubt that our Anujkumar has now joined with the Paramatma, as his life on the earth was a life of compassion, vigor, decency, and above all, fully vibrant. He endeared many people, whoever he come into contact with him, and it is a great testimony to his nature that he formed long-lasting relationship with a number of people in the United Kingdom as well as abroad. Mr. Anujkumar Kuttikot Pavitran was born on 28th June 1975 at Veliyannur, Kottayam district, Kerala state, India. And his father was Mr. Pavitran Nair, and the mother is Mrs. Jagadamma Pavitran. He was the eldest of the two children, and his youngest sister is Mrs. Ajita Radhakrishnan. He did his schooling in Vande Mataram High School, Veliyannur, Kerala State, India, and have completed his higher education at Pala St. Thomas College and was graduated in BCom in the year 1997. Mr. Anujkumar started his career as a sales representative at Sprint Electrical Beverages in 1997 and then progressed his career as a district sales officer at JL Motors in Ernakulam. Later on, he became a divisional sales officer in Nivea Kochi to Trivandrum for the period of from 2003 to 2006. On 28th February 2004, he got married to Sandhya Bhaskaran Nair, who hailed from Thodupuzha, Kolani, Kerala State, India. And when their love blossomed, they were blessed with two children. Eldest son, Akul Anuj, was born in 2007 in Kerala, and the youngest son, Gokul Anuj, was born in 2017 in the United Kingdom. He is currently staying in India. Anujkumar's wife, Mrs. Sandhya Anujkumar, initially worked at a county court nursing home in Holbeach. Sandhya and Anuj moved to Boston in 2011. Sandhya is currently working for National Health Service, Boston Pilgrim Hospital, and she is currently studying for the second year BSc Nursing at Lincoln University. Mr. Anujkumar was a great husband and a father who taught his children values of forbearance. Mr. Anujkumar arrived in England in June 2006 to join his wife on Holbeach and worked as a quality checker at Empire in Spalding, Lincolnshire. On moving to Boston in 2011, he started his career in Pilgrim Hospital, and from 2015 to 2019, he was studying for his BSc degree nursing and was graduated in August 2019 from Anglican Ruskin University. Immediately after graduating in September 2019, he started his career as a nurse in Pilgrim Hospital, Boston, in Ward 5B Vascular Ward. On 31st March 2020, Anuj had a high temperature. On 7th April, he was taken to Boston Pilgrim Hospital and his condition started to deteriorate. He was transferred to Glenfield Hospital in Leicester on 16th April 2020, and his condition once again has shown great improvement. On 23rd April 2020, he was registered a significant improvement in his condition, and he was stable until 26th April 2020. To the dismay of all his relatives and friends and the hospital staff, his condition worsened and he was put on ventilator. He did farewell to this world on Monday, 27th April 2020 at 11:15 p.m. Anujkumar was an unsung hero of National Health Service and a living legend who dedicated his life to wipe the wringing wet faces of many human beings. He was a compassionate and a professional staff who encompassed a set of values which he believed is a precursor to elevate the quality of patient care. Mr. Anujkumar was incredibly brave and worked in the front line and battled against the coronavirus, COVID-19, and in the pursuit contracted the virus. Anujkumar had a lot of dreams, and one of the dreams he always cherished was to see his wife completing her nursing studies and taking a major role in the hospital. Anuj had no underlying conditions and told his family that he felt he had a duty to work through the virus and help as many patients possible. Anuj was a very well respected team member of the Boston Pilgrim Hospital, and he will always be greatly missed. Mr. Anujkumar and family actively involved in voluntary sectors, and they were members of the Spalding Malayali Community Organization from 2006 to 2011. On moving to Boston, they became members of the local Malayali Community Organization, the Cultural Association of Malayalis, Boston in 2011, and always have been actively supported and participated in a number of programs and supported most of the events, including sports activities organized by the Cultural Association of Malayalis, Boston, known as CAM Boston. Mr. Anujkumar and his family were also actively involved in the Malayali Hindu Samajam and became a member of the East Midlands Hindu Cultural Samajam in Nottingham. He participated in a number of events organized by them. The most noticeable one was his involvement in the annual Ayyappa Puja organized by the Hindu Cultural Samajam. His unwavering commitment to save Shabarimala campaign in the UK was a great inspiration to many Ayyappa devotees. Friends, I just want to recite 2 words of stance in Bhagavad Gita, Uttaret Atmana Atmanam. Elevate yourself from dejection and depression. He was truly believed it in his campaign to save Shabarimala, and let us all salute his unstinted and boundless courage. Mr. Anujkumar was a versatile intellect, and his hobbies were in sports, mainly in badminton, football, and cricket. And he was elected as a captain on sports events organized by the local Malayali organization. In 2019, in a cricket tournament organized by Peterborough Malayali Association, Anuj represented Deshi Strikers team and have won 2 matches. Anuj also became the captain of cricket tournament organized by the local organization Camp Boston, and they won in the tournament in 2019. Anuj also participated in the badminton tournament organized by the Camp Boston in 2019. He also participated in a football tournament organized by Camp Boston every year since 2011 and was the captain on few occasions. Anuj also played for the Vyasa Football Club in Kottayam, Kerala State, India from 1994 till 2005. Anuj was an ardent lover of music. He was keen to learn anything new and had a special interest in share market. This is only a small snapshot of his life, and there were millions of smiles he presented and thousands of love he exchanged. He was a man with an extraordinary prowess and kaleidoscope of different qualities. For those who worked with him, he was a colleague, mentor, and a friend. It might seem that I'm unusually positive, but I can assure that the legacy left by Mr. Anujkumar will be an eternal inspiration to all of us, and our memories of this great soul will make our heart only fonder. Our thoughts and prayers for him will always linger, and God will bless him by being with him. He was and is much loved and will always be remembered. Finally, we express our sincere gratitude to all those who came today for the funeral. Hope my eulogy was not too lachrymose. May I kindly request all of you to stand up together for a moment in silence to give a final recognition for the life of Sri Anujkumar Kuttikot Avtran, an inspirational soul who lives with us now in glorious memory. Thank you. Now, I will pass on to Anujkumar's son, Uncle Anuj, to say a few kind words in remembrance of
I only have lovely thoughts of my father, as he was one of those people that you would meet that was very loving and caring and ambitious, and a good friend to me as well. And for the last 12 years that he's looked after me, he's taught me values, and he's looked after me so well, and like no other father, in my opinion. And for the last 16 years my parents have been together. I've seen my dad look after my mum equally as well, and no words can explain my feelings, but I do always feel his presence always guiding me in what direction to go.
Thank you. Now, could I please invite Anuj's family friend, Mr. Vijay George Matthews, to pay his tribute to Anujkumar and pay their respect.
Good afternoon. I thank God for giving me the strength to stand in front of you all. Many of you here know me, but for those who don't know me, I will introduce myself. I am Vijay George Matthews and his friend since 2012. Today I would like to take a moment to reflect on all the special times I shared with Anuj and tell you about the difference has been made to the world. Firstly, I would like to say that no words can express how much this person has achieved or how much his presence will be missed. Whether you know, Anuj as a hard-working co-worker, the neighbor who takes such great care of his family, her loving and caring dad and husband, or a friend who works and inspires you, bring the best out of yourself. We have all benefited from his wisdom and sincere advice. I have had a privilege of calling Anuj my close friend for the past 8 years, and the beauty of our relationship was that we got along very well with each other, even though we had difference in opinion and ideas in many areas. He was not only a friend to me, but also brother that I never had moreover. He was there for a family whenever we need a pair of extra hands. Both Anuj and Sandhya has helped us so much, countless occasions where my wife and I were unable to look after our kids at home due to work. But I was rest assured that Anuj and Sandhya was willing to look after them with open arms. Anuj was also someone I could trust and confide in without hesitation. Every day you could bet that we called each other to talk about anything and everything under the sun, from politics to cricket, and even our day-to-day activities. From the big to the small, accompanied each other to matter what. From the small shopping spheres to long trips, Anuj and I have shared many memorable occasions together, and I had planned many more of the future. In conclusion, Anuj strive to make the community a better place by helping the ones he loved, and also by pursuing a life-threatening career which focuses on helping others. Anuj will forever be a hero for all the lives in change and all the achievement he has accomplished. Anuj will be always remembered as very hardworking, ambitious, family-oriented person with good sense of humor. I will miss the time he went to the park together with our kids to play cricket and go biking. Anuj loved sports and always is a winning in our eyes. I wish he was still there with me, and this friendship is a special bond which no one can replace. Finally, I would like to take the opportunity to thank a few people, Anuj's close friend Sanil and Shivadas and their families for their tireless support from the day Anuj fell ill. Mr. Jerry Varghese and family for doing the public correspondence, and Hematota for his support. Mr. Vijay Mohan Kent for supporting us with administrative formalities. the doctors, nurses, and other staff members who took good care of Anuj at Pilgrim Hospital, Boston, staff at Glenfield Hospital, Leicester, particularly the team from the Boston Pilgrim Hospital A&E, Ward 6B and ICU, and Dr. Rajini, consultant Leicester Glenfield Hospital, car funeral directors, the management and staff of Boston Crematorium, the priest Dr. Ram Vaidya, Leicester, National Council of Kerala Hindu Heritage UK, East Midland Hindu Culture Samajam, Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh UK, Mr. Sadanandan Divagaran, Haywards Heath Hindu Samajam, Ken Hindu Samajam, London Hindu Aikyavedi, teachers and staff members and from the Boston Grammar School, Mrs. Michelle Bent, night coordinator at Boston Pilgrim Hospital, management and staff of Pediatric Ward Boston Pilgrim Hospital, all staff of Boston Pilgrim Hospital, Ward B and Ward A and Ward 8B, in particular Debbie Junior Sister at 8B, and Andrew Morgan, Chief Executive of Pilgrim Hospital. Jesse Williams for arranging the blue light clap for Anuj and the staff members who attended the 30th April 2020 at Boston Pilgrim Hospital. Rose, Division Manager, United Lincolnshire Hospital Trust. Mrs. Shiny, Staff Nurse, Leicester Glenfield Hospital. Boston Fire Brigade Service, BBC Look North Lincolnshire, Boston Standard and Boston Target newspapers. Lincolnshire Echo, Lincolnshire Radio, Chris Vickers and Alan Waters to get Anu's portrait for National Gallery, London. KP Media, Nottingham. Editors and reporters of UK Malayalam News online portals, Malayalam Manorama News Print, Madhubhumi News and Asian News, all staff and friends of Anglia Ruskin University and University of Lincoln. We remember people and families, those who supported us this difficult time, various capacity. This include my family, Pat and Auntie, all friends and colleagues of Sandhya, all friends and colleagues of Anuj, Mr. Rajachan and family from Nottingham, Mr. Jayashran and family from Nottingham, Mr. Daju and Shiny, Mr. Biju and Nisha, Mr. Gio and Shiny, Mr. Sajid and Sina, Mr. Bhaskar and Maya, Mr. Johnson and Bindu, Mr. Ebi and Sijo, Mr. Baby and Lisa, Mr. Shaji and Agnes, Mr. Gio and Shelley, Mr. Prashant and Rima, Mr. Jimon and Lily, friends and neighbors of Sarah Claus. Also would like to extend our gratefulness to Indian communities from all across the country, the President, Secretary, Management Committee and members of Camp Boston, management and members of the Boston Indian Community Association, Peterborough Malayali Association, Spalding Malayali Association. A special thanks to Jerry and Anu Varghese for all the hard work and extra effort they have put into the whole process. Another special thanks to Sanal and Shivadas for all the coordinators from day one. Please accept my apologies in case I missed to notify anyone names who helped us in the difficult time. Last but not least, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to everyone who is here today for the funeral in the midst of the social crisis. And most importantly, everyone prays and thoughts that Anuj and his family received through social media. Rest in peace, Anujkumar Kuttikot Pavitran.
Can I ask Happy to come? Later on. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Thank you very much for today's service. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
ബ്രഹ്മാർപ്പണം ബ്രഹ്മഹവിർ ബ്രഹ്മാഗ്നൗ ബ്രഹ്മണാഹുതം ബ്രഹ്മൈവ തേന ഗന്ധവ്യം ബ്രഹ്മകർമ്മ സമാധിനഃ. ദൈവമേ, ഞങ്ങൾ നിൻ പാദം വണങ്ങുന്നു നിത്യവും. ശുഭം ചേർക്കാ പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും അറിയുന്നില്ലഹോ ഞങ്ങൾ അജ്ഞന്മാരാകയാൽ വിഭോ ദൈവമേ നന്മ ചേർക്കേണം പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും പുണ്യപാപങ്ങളെ എണ്ണി ജന്മദുഃഖാദിയെണ്ണിയെ സന്തതം രക്ഷ ചെയ്യേണം പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും താപത്രയങ്ങളും മായ ബന്ധദുഃഖങ്ങളൊക്കെയും നീക്കി മോക്ഷമണയ്ക്കണേ പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും ദൈവമേ ഞങ്ങൾ നിൻ പാദം കൈവണങ്ങുന്നു നിത്യവും കേവലം നീ ശുഭം ചേർക്ക പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. ബ്രഹ്മാർപ്പണം ബ്രഹ്മഹവിർ ബ്രഹ്മാഗ്നൗ ബ്രഹ്മണാഹുതം ബ്രഹ്മൈവ തേന ഗന്ധവ്യം ബ്രഹ്മകർമ്മ സമാധിനഃ ദൈവമേ ഞങ്ങൾ നിൻ പാദം കൈവണങ്ങുന്നു നിത്യവും കേവലം നീ ശുഭം ചേർക്ക പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും അറിയുന്നില്ലഹോ ഞങ്ങൾ അജ്ഞന്മാരാകയാൽ വിഭോ ദൈവമേ നന്മ ചേർക്കേണം പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും പുണ്യപാപങ്ങളെ പാപങ്ങളെ എണ്ണി ജന്മദുഃഖാദിയെണ്ണിയെ സന്തതം രക്ഷ ചെയ്യണം പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും. താപത്രയങ്ങളും മായ ബന്ധദുഃഖങ്ങളൊക്കെയും നീക്കി മോക്ഷമണയ്ക്കണേ പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും. ദൈവമേ, ഞങ്ങൾ നിൻ പാദം കൈവണങ്ങുന്നു നിത്യവും. കേവലം നീ ശുഭം ചേർക്ക പരേതാത്മാവിനെപ്പോഴും. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.